Blessed ones of the nations of the world. One more time, this is your brother Dan Moses Osei Sakwadie of TRC, Ghana, coming to you this 25th of February 2022 with the continuation of our expose testimony, New World Disorder special series. Humanity, they are coming after our souls, part 76. This would give us some insight into part 77, part 78, part 76, and part 77 that we watch after this. This is part 76. This is 76. This 76 would explain part 77 and part 78. Evidence that we captured on the evil minds, medical terrorists, corporate terrorists. We would have some evidence on them. So, blessed ones of the nations of the world, in part 85, we are brought to our understanding that, let's get it clear, humanity has been scammed. We have been scammed. We have been robbed of our liberty by fellow humans. They climb on the back of China to do to us what they have done to humanity. But just like China proved resilient, China proved not to know defeat, knows no defeat, and is surging forward no matter what. We can also stand and say, though they killed us, they took away our life, they took away our liberty, they took away our all, but they could not take away God from us. And if God be for us, who can be against us? No, no. Who can't? I'll come back to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder, Humanity and the Nations of the World. Yeah, so let's get it clear. What the climbing of the back of China to do to humanity what they have done to us was a diversion, willful tactical diversion agenda to shift humanity attention from the heinous crimes which has cost the precious life of a whole former UN Secretary General's life, has cost the life of noble Ghanaians, and have brought humanity to an edge which could have set the whole world aflame. We must remember, I've said it once, I've said it before, that it was just the killing of one innocent man that triggered the First World War, which issue was not addressed. It grew into the second. So it is no joke. The evil that have been pursued by the US undercover agent, the US government. If I talk about US government, we are talking about His Excellency George W. Bush. We are talking about Barack Obama, my brother. We are talking about His Excellency John Donald Trump, my special friend. We are talking about His Excellency Joe Biden, the man that God is enough. Is enough. We are talking about him. We are talking about Nana Addo Akufo. That's what we are talking about. We are talking about Mr. Who, Gabriel Jesus. That is who we are talking about. They could have set the world aflames. But all things work together for good. They climb on the back of China. As we go on, later with time, we will get to know why were they trying to hold China as the source. But while the whole world was, the eyes were being shifted on China and the Wuhan lab, that was not the issue. That China and the source that we were trying to. It was all about hate crime. That China that they were talking about is all about this African. Hmm? It's all about this African. That is why we never could find uh, any evidence that China, the nation, was the source. Hmm? So the China was all about hate crime. Understand? It was hate crime, and we will get to know it. What, irrespective of all the problems of humanity, what fellow human beings, the total foolishness, religious folly that they decided to pursue against the entire human race, and God has saved us from it. I'll come back to the program Testimony, New World Disorder. So, uh, whatever is happening in Ukraine, China, in Ukraine, Russia, between them, we, Testimony, New World Disorder, we are not saying what you are seeing on your mainstream media. It's what is happening in the land of between Ukraine and Russia when you go there today. We are not saying that. Hmm? There are people who live in the land of Israel and Palestine. And many a times when we have been told about Addo, the two nations were burning and they are almost wiped out. Hmm? There are people there who know that what we are seeing on the TV, when you go there, you go to Israel, go to Palestine, we don't know about it. It doesn't exist anywhere. I was working in a 7-Eleven company, the one that was used to steal from America $1.6 billion on in Germantown, Maryland, of the 355, 1700 Meadowbrook Road, 7-Eleven. Somebody, I'm an American citizen, that had gone to that have been in Israel, Palestine, have been to Israel, and he had come and amidst the robbing of America $1.6 billion, and the fact that the company has been taken over and they were furthering the crime capital of this US undercover agent. I was having a discussion with him. I said, I know, because I have been to Israel, and many a times what they have been telling the world on the media, in the news, that is happening there, we know that it was non-existence. It didn't exist. Yet, fellow human beings were doing it. Yeah, welcome to the world. Welcome to the world. Aquapa to the program, Testimony, New World. So, all that, the news that we are hearing, we are saying that they all are a diversionary tactic. Hmm? Don't think about the world is almost ended. The world has come to an end. Russia, Ukraine, all Europe, NATO, America would all come in and we are all finished. Forget about that. Hmm? What you need to know is whether it is happening or not, whatever the situation is, it has come in the interest of all the states that are hiding. And you don't see any face, but only Russia and Ukraine. There are hidden faces. Hmm? All those hidden faces, they know that what is happening is, is saving, is shielding shielding the eyes of humanity from the actual thing that is happening to us. So, as though they are accusing Russia, but in the yes, we got it. The African nearly tore us down. You know, he nearly killed Mr. Who. God nearly took. But stay focused. That's what we are saying. Blessed ones of the nations abroad. According to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. Humanity, we are not moved by what we see or what happens around us. We are moved by the word of God, what He is able to do with us. Blessed ones. Now, in part 77, part 87. Sorry, part 87. This is part 86, part 87. we shall see evidence that these same stakes that are playing humanity, Nana Addo Akufo and his government, His Excellency Joe Biden and his administration, the big man who, the corporate terrorist, 7-Eleven company, Exxon company, who have injured me on the job, their priority is to take over the health sector, and they are taking over the United Healthcare. They are colluding with them. They are colluding with Medical Access, State of Maryland. They are colluding with they colluded with Community Radiology Associates of Germantown, Maryland. They colluded with Shady Grove Radiography, Germantown, Maryland. What did they do? Ghana, as I have been terribly injured, and I cannot lift my hands freely like I used to have my right hand, and I was active with my right hand. I had an appointment at the Medical Access on the 8th of February 2020. We have seen, if I had not put the expose, the evidence that I captured on the 7-Eleven, Ghana would have, their minds would have been played on by the Ghana Embassy, Washington DC, the Akufo government. The power blocks in Ghana of the Akufo government say that I have said that I took a copy of the document to the Ghana Embassy, and that was not it. So what we have been receiving is a lie. But when I put the video evidence capturing the 7-Eleven terrorist, and you saw in your eye, I showed you the document that it existed. The December 31st, it existed. You now know that it is nothing but the truth that you received. So on February the 8th, before I went for the appointment, I had captured evidence of the 7-Eleven corporate terrorist. I had gone for the appointment. The FBI in America, in Ghana, in Canada. When I had been in America, there is nowhere I can be without me being under the surveillance eye of the U.S. intelligence system, intelligence community. It is not possible. In Canada, it was so. In Ghana, it was so. My own land of birth, my own land of nativity, the government of Akufo flouted, violated the laws of Ghana because of money to terrorize me. Mahamudu Bawumia. Yes. So before I went for the appointment on the 13th before I got there, already the FBI, the Montgomery County Police, that have captured the evidence on the 7-Eleven terror corporate body, which have been killing Ghanaians, and their foolishness and stupidity has caused the life of the Haitian president. They had seen that I've captured the evidence. I went to the hospital. They have already networked with them that the African is coming. When it comes, whatever they have decided, they are planned already. That in order for them to free the Exxon company, noble people of Pakistan, these are your citizens. You know that I lived and died for you. I died for. Yet these are your citizens that are traitors who have injured me. They have colluded with the medical access that when I come, in order for them to be freed, they should find means and diagnose me with a problem that would free the others to be the source of the pain, to be the source of injury, so that the Exxon company will be free from their enslavement, servitude, terror, persecution, bomb setup, oppression, persecution, and terrorizing me on the job, which has led me into that state. I go to the Exxon company, the medical access, and they have decided that they should diagnose me to free the Exxon company of their responsibility of taking care of the injury, on the job injury. Now, they colluded with them that they should try and give wrong readings for my blood pressure. That my blood pressure is high. If your blood pressure is high, one of the kidney problem issues that can be of bodily pains, like the arm, or is your blood pressure. The Joe Biden administration think they are smarter than God. At the White House of America under Barack Obama, this issue of heinous crimes against humanity, Obama can testify that it was called the BP of Obama. The White House can testify that we coded it the BP because we don't want to. It touches on the entire security of the globe. When we have to refer to the most serious aspect of it, we call it BP. So at the White House, we made fun that Obama's BP is high. When we are referring to the Obama, your BP is high. Go and check your BP. You understand? It was something we used to make. So Joe Biden and his administration colluded with medical access. If I come, they should diagnose me in such a way that it will have nothing to do with on-the-job injury, and they should also make intelligence game with my life. That my blood pressure is high. Now, my BP is high. The same thing that we used to joke about at the White House. This was my reading on the first day. 164/90. On that same day, then they moved me to another room. It was 120/80. 120/80. They put me to another room, 142/78. Their agenda was to use the BP because 160/90 is outside of the range. You understand? So that they find me to put me on BP medication. So when they are giving me these values, eventually the original value 142/78. There is nothing wrong with that. That is within range. So they saw that I was red alert. I would not let them use the medical field to terrorize me medically. So the next week that I was supposed to, that I went for the review, they are taking me to another room again. They manipulated this digital, the FBI, they control it. Anything digital can be hacked. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Anything digital can be hacked. They have hacked it. They were manipulating the figures. This time, the figure 184, they are taking it as high because the medical officer had told me that if the next time I come, if the blood pressure is high, then they must have to put me on BP medication. Okay, I kept quiet. I went and they took the so-called BP. They told me 184, 134. I said, what is it? Let me write it down. They saw that I was on red alert. I'm not letting them play games at the expense of my life again. Do no harm. They took it again. It is 164, 100. 164, 100. Okay, I hear you. They took it again. 140. All this I was writing. You tell me. I write. I write it down. They saw that there is no way they could scam the African and destroy my life using the medical. I told them, listen, I will not be in haste for you to put me on any blood pressure medication. I would. I would give myself time. There is no problem. In fact, the truth is, the 15 years of terror, torture, and persecution, if the God of by the US government, by Akufo Addo's terror network, by corporate terrorists, if the God of the Bible had not helped me, my BP could have risen to 1 billion. 1 billion over 2 trillion. You understand? It is the God of the Bible. Healing is the children's bread. They terrorize me, torture me, persecute me. Anytime that the Montgomery County infant torturing police want me to subject to the crimes of the US undercover agent, and I will not yield, they push World Health Organization button. They put Ghana Embassy Washington DC button. They put Akufo Addo's government button. They put US government button. Come and attack me. Fully armed police. Weapons. They handcuff me. Go and make medical records against me. Medical terrorism. They have done this over and over again. World Health Organization. Humanity and the nations of the world. They tried it on the 8th of February. Then they failed. They made the medical officer prescribe medication for me that I will take it in, that I'll ingest it, swallow. Okay, scientific term, ingest. Yeah. So they tactically prescribe the medication that you go take it from CVS, and then they made another referral that I should go for X-ray from Shady Grove Radiology, Germantown, Shady Grove Adventist Radiology. Why there? That is the sister hospital that the undercover agent has worked as her cover. Her daily job has been with Shady Grove Adventist Hospital. But her actual, they are in every institution. She works as an undercover, but she's in the hospital. It is the Shady Grove Adventist Hospital that they use to commit medical terrorism, attack with the police. So they make the medical access treacherous to play the game, refer me to the Shady Grove Radiology, that I should take the referral for X-ray. I go there, and they have colluded with the Shady Grove, the FBI Montgomery have colluded with them that when I come, they should also refer me to Maryland Community Radiology Associate in Germantown. Community Radiology Associate. They should also refer me to the place that they cannot, the Shady Group Adventist also cannot have my X-ray. They can't accept my insurance, so I should take it to. I go there, and the FBI have colluded that they should make up medical records, falsify medical records, and get me to record that is not mine. I didn't give to the Community Radiology Associate. They wanted an information that go to cover up the crimes of the US undercover agent. So they put it on, they printed on the document asking me to sign. I told them, this information, I didn't give it to you. It is not correct. It has nothing to do with me, so I will not sign it. They had to change it, correct it, before I appended my signature to that. Even that, just like the X-ray, the X-ray on the skull of John F. Kennedy, they could have done anything at all with that in appeasing the Exxon Terror Company to get away with their crimes of the on-the-job injury, which they have abandoned me in that state. Ghana, according to the program, humanity, according to the program, Testimony New World Disorder. From that Community Radiology Associate, they were totally confounded because the agenda for the US undercover agent for me to append my signature to a wrong information backfired. Then from there, I had to go to the CVS to go take my prescription. The FBI, Montgomery County Police, have networked with the CVS that when I come there, the same falsified information that the community radiology associate was using against me just to set me up. The CVS should also make up that information and tell me they cannot, they are transferring my medication, my prescription, pain prescription to Walgreens, Germantown. That very Walgreens, which I have captured, exposed to rather since 2009, it has been the base of this US undercover agent, the Montgomery County and the FBI, for the willful covering up and the making up of false that company, and they have changed the name from Rite Aid to Walgreens. You have seen that expose here. Yes, the FBI, and the Montgomery County Police. This is my life. Seeking means to give me wrong medication, just to destroy my life. Seeking means to use the medical field to give me medication just to destroy my internal organs. Humanity and the nations of the world. I had to capture the irresponsibility of the pharmacy, the Walgreens pharmacy. Capture the pharmacy right on my my cell phone. You will see in that expose that he was willfully lying. You understand? When he has been caught, he was lying. You will see it. Yes, I live in a dangerous situation where at any time I have no doubt that United Nations, I say this, International Criminal Court, US Justice, I have no doubt that as at now, they have succeeded in destroying my internal organs. That is why they are using the medical field to press to get me an exam carried out on me to affirm what crime they have already committed against me using the terrorists from Ivory Coast in this abode that have been set against me. But God is good. May we watch the part 77. Part 70. Part 77 will expose the 7-Eleven, the Walgreens evils against do no harm when they were trying to use the medical field to do me harm to no avail. Blessed ones, in part 78, we shall see how a corporate body belonging to Georgina Menu of International Food Warehouse, Gettysburg, which company I was working in August 2000 and July 2021, July 2021 till November the 9th, 2021, when she unlawfully took my job from me. That company was the company that was being used by the Akufo Addo government, the Ghana Embassy, Washington, D.C., the FBI, Montgomery County Police, the Biden administration, to willfully, under the guise of investigation, to cover up the crimes of the undercover agents and the killing of our people. And it backfired. So they had to, on the 9th of November, quickly take my job from me. And while I was working there, I was being robbed of my income. From the very day that I was going to apply for the job there, the Montgomery County Police, after their terror against me with the 7-Eleven company on June the 30th, and it caused the life of the Asian president 7 days after, July the 7th, 2021. They had purpose that every company that I would go to seek job, they would network with them and tell them not to give me the job. However, when I was going to, I went to the company, the Georgina Menus store, and they knew that there is an African store called All African Foods, Gettysburg, which in 2020, I worked at that company, the FBI, the Montgomery County Police, the government of Nana Addo Akufo, the Ghana Embassy, Washington, D.C., used to terrorize me. And that was the company that was behind Nana Addo Akufo and his administration, eventual elimination of Jerry Rawlings. So they thought that this Ghanaian company by with Georgina Menu, if I go to work there, they will have another opportunity because the same another African company, so African shop, so it will open opportunity for their damage control. Before I went for the humanity and nation, I come back to the program testimony. We are getting insight. This is for part 78. Before I went, when I was going for the job application, I was already on red alert. I knew of the FBI, Montgomery County, their diabolical plots. They had already networked with a woman. So when I went there, I was using my cell phone. When I took the application, he gave it to me. I went to, I stepped out of the facility, filled out the application, went back with the application, gave me my social security, and I applied for the job legally. And she had told me she would pay me the minimum wage. She took my social security and my US permanent resident card, took her cell phone, take pictures of them, and told me her, her accountant called her taxman was not around. So she would give the my social security and my job application and my permanent resident card, my legal document, to the accountant. When I went there, she has already told me there's an accountant that will work on all my tax deductions and you give me pay me the minimum wage. So I filled the application. I brought it back to her. She took all my necessary documents, hide me, took my documents, and however, after working with her 4 days a week, each day I had gone to work. The store opens at 9 a.m. till 8 p.m. 11 hours. We worked like slaves. The maximum lunch break that we could have, like 15 minutes. You are working, and if you want to take for 11 hours, like 15 minutes break. If you want to take that 15-minute break, and even there are somebody needs attention, you want to call you from the break to go and no law of the US that apply to corporate forces apply to the company. Yes, they were selling rotten meat, rotten fish to the company. I have to report to the US Justice Department. Took video evidence and picture evidence. Humanity and the Nations of Akufo to the program Testimony New World Disorder. I have to tell us this because no law of the medical field apply. Do no harm doesn't apply to me when it comes to the US government, the Akufo terror network, the Montgomery County Police, FBI, the US undercover agent terrorizing me. They flout every law, every ethic regarding the medical field, and they do whatever they please. They commit medical terrorism against me. The same way, whichever company that I work in America, every labor law is ruled out, and the company is run behind the scene by the FBI, who have hacked into their database, and they have recruited the customer base of the company, together with their agents, to operate as the customers of the customer for the company. I worked for the company, International Food Warehouse, from August to November the 9th, 2021. She kept from the first week. She kept telling me, I asked her, has the tax man come and we are going to start deducting my work on my tax deduction and stuff. Oh, she said the tax man is coming. She'll come. Oh, don't worry, she'll come. Week after week until November the 9th, 2011, that she was paying me less than like half of the minimum wage, pending the coming of the her tax man, so that when the tax man comes, she would give me my arrears. The tax man never came. Eventually, when the Montgomery County Police, the Biden's administration, the Akufo Addo's government, the Ghana Embassy, Washington DC, they saw they were getting exposed. They colluded and took my job on the 9th of November 2021. When I took her to the Labor Department demanding my due wages, which she hasn't paid me, almost like $5,000. Guess what? These sticks, the FBI, these sticks that I've mentioned, they made her make up document, make up a document to make up willful lie that I was not even an employee of the company. I wasn't working there. I was not an employee. He didn't hire me. Can you imagine that? In the video that follows, you will see her taking my social security, my green card, taking pictures of it. This evidence had been sent to the Labor Department against her willful lie. Yet, it's been months when I filed a wage claim. Stakes, power blocks, because no law applied to the corporate terrorist. I am still waiting for my wage, my due unpaid wages. It's almost like 5,000 to be paid. They are just delaying, don't want to pay it because if I get the money, I can get treatment. The health, my treatment, which the health insurance doesn't cover, I'll be able to pay for it myself. They don't want that, so I should die in the situation. But I know you know that you shall not die. I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. Let's watch expose part 77 and see the medical terrorist of medical terror who sought medical terrorism against me, lying in cameras. Let's watch 78 and as well see Georgina Menu caught red-handed, proving that I was hired legally and I was a worker of the company. There are videos that I've sent to the Labor Department showing me working on the job like every other employee. Still, I'm waiting. It's okay. God bless you. God bless my home, Ghana. Let's go to the next episode. 77 and 78. 79 and 79 is what to do. 89, sorry. 78. This is 76. Let's watch 70. This is 80. 86, sorry. This is 86. Let's watch 87, which is on the medical terrorism by the Walgreens, involving the Montgomery County Police. And let's also watch 70 and 87 on Georgina Menu, corporate terrorist and liars. God bless you. God bless my homeland, Ghana. No justice, no peace. Kinode.